Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Mariah. Thank you guys. I have like a ton of new followers. I appreciate you guys so much. It means the world to me. I don't want to give you a long intro, but thank you. I really appreciate you. So we're doing this fun, colorful spring look today, and let's just go ahead and jump in. I have been waiting for spring, so I'm excited to do this look today. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm going to do something. Side note, if you want to do your makeup with me, go grab your wine and let's get to work. Starting out with moisturizer, I'm using my Inkey List. I'm gonna let that set into the skin and I'm gonna jump into the brows. I'm using my e.l.f. brow lift today. For a minute, I was using the Got2b glue eyebrow gel, and that did nothing. This is my favorite thing to use on my brows. For my brow pencil, I'm using the ColourPop brow pencil. This is in the shade Dark Brown. And I'm sorry if you guys hear my kids in the background. They are just having a really good time right now with their dad. So it might be a little bit noisy. I apologize in advance. So there's a difference already between the two brows. I love this pencil. Go on top of the brow with our NARS foundation. I've gotten out of the clean girl look a little bit, or the everyday type makeup look, because I just want to have fun with my makeup now. Not saying you shouldn't like continue to do those looks. It's just I feel like everybody's doing them and I want some color. I just miss the color. So I think I want to go like in the orangey blue direction because I have that on my shirt today. I've got like some pinks and oranges, greens and blues. So we're going to stay in that direction. I'm going to start with this shade. And you know I'm using the same palette. This is the Juvia's Culture palette. I just love it because it's got all the bright shades in it. I'm going to take this into the crease and blend it upwards. I'm using this as a transition shade. I'm going to take another brush and just make sure that those edges are blended out nicely. I'm taking this more orange shade. And I'm going to pack that all over the lid. And then I'm going to actually take this deep green and put that right out here on the outer corner. I don't know where this look is going, but I'm hoping that this all ties together. We're gonna drag that out just a little bit. And I think I'm gonna end up going in with a dark brown in between these two shades. Hopping into the Chocolates palette and grabbing this shade right here. And I'm going to brush that in between that green and orange just to blend them in. It needs a little bit more dimension. So I think that made a big difference. Can you guys see the difference? I'm gonna go ahead and clean up that area. We're gonna go ahead and prime. I'm using the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I think I accidentally threw away my brand new color corrector. So I'm using this Conceal It by LA Colors, and I'm gonna use this little brush just to blend that out. I like using a brush for this so that I don't like drag the product all over my face. The brush is just like super precise. And then I will immediately set that. And now let's move on to the foundation. You already know I'm using my NARS. I cannot pronounce the shade, Iguaku. I think that's what it's called. I'm gonna use a brush to apply it first. And I am gonna go heavy. I forgot to spot color correct, but I think this foundation will help out with that. I'm gonna blend that out with my sponge. And I do want like a super duper full coverage look today, so I'm probably gonna add another layer. All right, let's go into the concealer. You already know we're using Born This Way. I'm also using my Juvia's Place concealer. Gonna let it sit for just a second and then go right into my contour. For contour, I am using the Black Opal. So this is the placement of my contour and concealer. I'm gonna use this Real Techniques brush. This is a sculpting brush. I love this Real Techniques brush. It's like angled perfectly for your contour. And it's really precise. I'm making sure I don't drag my contour down. We're gonna go in with the sponge and just make sure we don't have a beard going on. So let's start blending out the concealer. I'm using a little triangle puff for that part. I like to wrap mine around my finger so that I can get like a nice slim fit. I know they make these like finger size. I just haven't purchased any. I'll put that on my to-do list. I thought I was gonna start focusing on my TikTok, you guys, and still do YouTube, of course, because I love long form content. But now with that whole ban happening, I'm like, girl, do I even want to jump over there? Because I don't prefer short form content. That's just me. But when it comes to like makeup and all that, I just really enjoy watching people cake on makeup like myself. I just love the whole process. I just like YouTube more. I'm gonna take my sponge and just go over here and blend my foundation into my contour and my concealer. I'm just trying to marry the two together. And that'll also soften up any of those harsh lines. And I do take the same thing and go underneath where I contoured. I don't like to use a lighter shade anymore because I think it looks crazy on me. So just like the tiniest line. Y'all see like what a difference it makes? I haven't even done this side yet, but I kind of have like that natural contour because I kept everything up. And then this is just cleaned up more. Taking a pressed powder. This is in the shade 310 by Maybelline Fit Me. And I'm gonna use a different, what am I using? I'm using another powder puff. I'm just gonna put some of that on there and then also wipe it off on the back of my hand so it's not too much. And after I have made sure there's no creasing, I'm just gonna go set this. Going ahead and pressing it in, and it just makes everything look so much more flawless. Do you guys see the difference already in my under eyes? This is a keeper. It's a game changer. Make sure there's no creasing. Go back in with your before powder puff, and then go in and set under the eye. I actually do this now like all over. Before I was just doing it under the eye, but we're taking it everywhere I put that concealer, except for down the nose. I don't do down the nose, but I do my forehead. So we're going in with our Huda Beauty setting powder, and I'm just taking this fluffy brush. I'm gonna set the nose, and I'm gonna set under the eyes again. It's like an extra layer of reassurance. And then it takes a little bit of that white cast away from that pressed powder. Okay, so now I'm gonna bronze, and I'm using the Juvia's Place Duo palette. This is in the shade Deep Dark. And I like using this blush brush to apply it. I'm going to mesh that into that pressed powder that I put on my forehead, just so it doesn't look too white. I'm gonna do my nose contour. The way I laid my baked powder makes my nose contour kind of automatically pop up, so I know where to place everything. And I make like kind of a V right here with my contour shade. So I go like this, bring it in, and like this, if that makes sense. I'm gonna set the rest of the face with the Fit Me powder in the shade 40. If you do this step with a damp sponge, I'm telling you, your powder will look so flawless. Make sure you get under your chin. So I'm gonna take this light blue shade, because that's also in my shirt. And I'm going to place that on the bottom lash line. I'm gonna go in with this pink shimmer on the tear duct area. It actually is kind of a greenish, iridescent looking color. You'll see when I put it on. Kind of see the green. When I first used it, I did an all pink look, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna look so good. And it came out green, but it's really pretty. Like, wow, do y'all see how gorgeous that is? So I've been using a lipstick for blush. I'm using this bright pink lipstick by Milani. I'm gonna place this lipstick on my cheeks and kind of bring it up further underneath the eye. Juvia's Place blush in the volume 4. Going in with the top shade. Lightly pack that on. And I do go up under my eye with this blush. Go ahead and spray the face down. We're using the Charlotte Tilbury. I am gonna put some highlighter on the bridge of my nose. Do y'all remember this collab that e.l.f. did with Nabella Noor? I've made sure to use it sparingly because I don't want to run out, because it's sold out. Like, hello. I'm gonna set one more time with my One Size setting spray. Do some mascara. Okay, so lashes are on. Now we're gonna do a lip. I think I want to do something brown. We're using Milani in the shade Tease. Then I'm using Milani Desire, just deepening that up a little bit more liner. NYX Cinnamon Roll. on top. Then on top of that, we're using the Super Lustrous Lip Gloss by Revlon. So this is it for the look. Do y'all like how it turned out? Oh, I love it so much. I think my favorite part of this look though is the lip. If you're excited for spring, leave a pink heart down below, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.